They said Cubans in Miami is not letting black women that's big in their clubs. They're not letting them in.
Outside, taking a break. A man rolled up in that truck and then rolled back, and he asked me what company I work for. I don't know who this man is. I did not feel comfortable giving him any of my information, and so now he just took a picture of me and is saying that he's going to call the police.
But let's talk about anti-blackness in the Cuban community.
Our community can be very anti-black. This is a perfect example, and this is why I don't blame black women for only wanting to date black men.
I now feel for the black community because I know what it feels like to be racially profiled. I didn't know it before, and I thought it was a little bit of a reach, but now I totally get it.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And I clap for the African American.
Bravo, bravo. That's what they look at black people as. The help. Not as allyship, just disposable help. Someone that they could put in front of them as a shield.
What's up, guys? Florida is being exposed now, and as you know, many black people who go there or who live there, they say like they feel unwanted because of racism from white people and Hispanic people. As we all know, there's many Hispanic people in Florida who own like company, restaurant, stuff like that. They've been treating black people badly, and now it's their time. They're finding out in hard way because of they're deporting them, and now they're crying. I can say like karma is working. Guys, let's dive in. Credit belongs to the owner of the videos. I will come back with more commentary.
They said Cubans in Miami is not letting black women that's big in their clubs. They're not letting them in. They're refusing them service. They're saying they're too big and they're too dark. I repeat, Cubans are in Miami telling black women that's too big, they can't come in. Huh? I'm confused. Like, but y'all hate when we make it into a race thing. Why are y'all making it into a race thing? Y'all hate that when we talk about the issues. Why are y'all doing that? Why are y'all doing that? Like, I never been to Miami. I haven't been. Now, no, I'm not that big, but are you going to tell me I'm too dark? Probably. That's crazy. Like, I met some people that was from Miami before. They act stank as hell. Like they do. They act like they shit do not stink. Like they better than everybody.
Sitting while black in Florida.
I'm sitting outside, taking a break. A man rolled up in that truck and then rolled back, and he asked me what company I work for. I don't know who this man is. I did not feel comfortable giving him any of my information, and so now he just took a picture of me and is saying that he's going to call the police. So so here we go. We'll see what happens. This man has a gun. He's now talking to my producer with a gun in his hand. So he's confirming the address with the police. I called my producer because I didn't feel comfortable leaving. A lot of times in these situations, if you leave, you're still in a bad situation. So he has a gun, it's in a holster, and he's talking now to my producer who had to call. As a rule, I don't give out information, any of my personal information, to somebody that I don't know. So now my producer's talking to
The first thing stand out is how black people in Florida, they feel unwanted, whether it's at work, whether it's at school, in everyday life. They can feel that. They show them how they're different, they treat them differently, and guess what? What I'm trying to say is like Hispanic, they're in finding stage. Now they knowing that Black America, they are more American than them. Because they just come they're like they're immigrant, and they were acting like they're more America. They were trying to treat black people like they're nothing, they're nobodies. And now they're finding in a hard way that black Americans, they are Americans, they are not refugees or they are not like immigrant, they are not there in their country. So they're finding out now, they know like what they try to feed themselves like they're more Americans. It's a lie. Oh my God. Because they told them why they can treat black people as much as they can. And now they're really, really finding out, especially in Florida, guys. Let's keep watching. I will be back.
I now feel for the black community because I know what it feels like to be racially profiled. I didn't know it before, and I thought it was a little bit of a reach, but now I totally get it. That's what a man came out on here and said. And this is why we should believe victims. This is why we should believe people's stories. This is why we should have empathy. And this is why we should be able to put ourselves in other people's shoes. Because you thought it was a reach. That's what he said. He thought it was a reach when the black community said that they were being racially profiled and they were getting stopped for no reason. And like, it probably wasn't that serious. But now that Latinos are getting racially profiled, now he gets it. This is why empathy is so important, because you never know when the tables turn. And no, it shouldn't be transactional. It really shouldn't. You should believe people because you should think. You should be able to think outside yourself and be like, if that was me, I would hate that. I don't have to be black to realize that that freaking sucks. That what they go through, what they've experienced, sounds painful. That I can't even imagine the years of frustration and honestly, just freaking frustration and anger that they must feel. But guess what? Now Latinos get it. Now. And that is why we are in the situation that we are, because people don't feel for others until it happens to them.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And I clap for the African American.
Bravo, bravo. That's what they look at black people as. The help. Not as allyship, just disposable help. Someone that they could put in front of them as a shield. And that's why a lot of these white Cubans left Cuba. It's not necessarily because of politics or ideology. It's because of racial equality. Before the Cuban Revolution, they used to discriminate against black Cubans. It was legal. Black Cubans didn't have access to healthcare or education, and they lived in poorer conditions where they served the white Cubans. After the Cuban Revolution, all that changed. They start promoting racial equality. Black Cubans start having access to healthcare, access to education. And a lot of white Cubans, that made them feel uncomfortable. They were used to the old Cuba, where they had an upper advantage on the black Cubans. They're not going to bring this information up freely. That's why when she says save us, servitude, you're nothing but the help, disposable help. Make my white Cuban life a little bit easier and comfortable, since our white savior, Trump, is the...
Guys, what's shocking is like Hispanic who once thought like they own Florida. They are finding out in a hard way they're facing the same racism, and now they're like, oh, we want black people to come and help us. Oh, now we understand what you were feeling. Oh, stop being hypocrite. You don't understand because you were the one who were treating black people badly. You too, because you thought you are white, you thought you are not black, and now they're showing you like, oh, you know what, Hispanic, you know what, Latinos, you don't belong here too. Oh my God, this is what we call karma, or this is what we call, how do we call even this, guys? Let me know. Let's keep watching. I'll be back.
Now that I have addressed the racism within my own community, let's talk about the anti-blackness that exists within the Latin American communities. So I wanted to take my time before I made this video. I knew it was coming, but I had to go out in, the field and ask my people what's going on. So this is what I concluded. When I went to go talk to them, they said that, we don't like African Americans because they feel that we owe them something. I want to make two things clear. First, I want to start off by saying that when we say things like this, we are following the same agenda that we are fighting against. We are fighting against white supremacy and racism. Those ideas that, that we have, the way we think, the way we are taught to fear African Americans, that is the same thing that we are fighting against. It's no different. When we choose to speak like this and participate in these stereotypes, we are no better than the people we are fighting against. And that is a point I want to make very clear to the people within my community, that you guys sound ignorant. We need to figure it out. Where do you truly stand with this? Because, people are right. You can't ask African Americans for help when this is in the real world. That is how they are treated. My second point. Reparations are owed to the African American community. Without them, we would not be able to vote. We would not be able to go to the same schools. We would not be able to sit wherever we want. Let's not forget. They have been fighting for a very long time, since they came here. And us not acknowledging, I know I don't feel that as a country we have paid the respect that they owe. They really do. We owe them everything. It's because of greats. They're great people. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., the Black Panthers, they paved the way for us. They are the blueprint. And for us to go and participate in the same mentality that we are fighting against, it's just horrible. And it's wrong. If we don't fix this type of mentality and check our people, we are no better than the people we are up against. I want you to know that ignorance is our greatest enemy. So please do not allow yourself to be blinded by hate. I love and respect everybody, and I just want to say that if there's more people in the Latin community who are with me, I need y'all to say something. I need y'all to join the fight with me, because I can't be the only one.
So guys, actually this isn't about individual, this is the system. I think like the system in Florida, it's like this, the policy everywhere, leadership, it's allowed them to keep doing this racism stuff. But what make me so laughing is the way Hispanic was thinking like their white was treating black people badly, without with forgetting like black people, they are more American than them, because actually they've been there before, they are not immigrant like them. So even though they hate them, there's no way they can kick them out of the country. It's because there is nowhere to send them. It's their own country too. So which is different with Hispanic, which is different with Latinos, you guys. As you see, they're deporting you. They don't care at all. They don't care that you voted for him. They don't care that you stand with why. They don't care. That's why you're facing this. And so sad to see one of you trying to make black people feel guilty because they're not coming to support you. And you been living your life treating them like they are nobodies. Now you see their power. Now you're remembering like, oh, now we're remembering they're more Americans, like more Americans than us. Wow. So guys, let's watch one clip I have left. I will come back with long commentary.
The stuff coming out about Kenny does not surprise me at all, because a Latino being anti-black, kind of on brand, honestly. And I'm like very pro-Latina, but like being pro-Latina is like calling out the shit within our community, and our community can be very anti-black. This is a perfect example, and this is why I don't blame black women for only wanting to date black men, because it's like they're like put in these like horrible situations. And this is also why I understand why black women kind of side-eye black men who only date outside of their race, because yeah, stuff like this, it's like a lot of times when it comes to non-black people, and I noticed this, I'm gonna clock it, I noticed this with a lot of Latinas, they'll fetishize black men, it's like those types of Latinas that like say the N-word all the time and specifically only date black men and get box braids, you know what I'm talking about? But it's like in the same breath you do all that and then they're anti-black, or they don't call out the racism in their family and stuff like that. Like, it's just so I don't know. And I'm not saying that like black people can't be prejudiced towards Latino, that doesn't happen. I get it, but like we're not talking about that. What we're talking about is there is a very like serious like issue within our communities of just being anti-black and colorist. That the whole thing of like, when browner skin Latinos, like during the summertime, when they're told like, oh, don't go outside, you'll get darker. Huh? Or hay que mejorar la raza. Huh? Or güeritos más bonitos. Huh? I think it's like we really need to make an effort as a community to start calling out our shit, okay? And honestly, I just feel so bad for Janae because she is such a beautiful, wonderful, that is a baddie, and she deserves so much better. So, yeah.
Black community is mad because we're asking for their help. Instead of responding in a good way, they're really bashing us, bashing Mexicans, and saying,
I do have something to say first. This is my humble opinion. I think where we go wrong is that we ask for their help, personally. And let me elaborate. I don't think that we as brown people should be asking another race of people to help us. I think if another race of people want to help voluntarily, then that's that.
I agree. Not only asking, but and I guess I'll take it a step further, what I'm trying to say. I don't feel like they're asking for help. I feel like they're demanding our help. They're demanding that we pick up their fight. They're demanding that their issue become our issue.
Be honest, I really feel like Hispanic, we see them crying now because this is happening. Racism is like happening to them. They are deporting them like crazy. They don't want them in Florida, in America, and they told like, I think when they voted deportation, now I'm starting to agree with people who say like when they voted deportation, they thought Black America, they are like immigrant. They thought they will start deporting them. They never thought like they will deport Hispanic, like Latinos. They never thought of that because they thought like, okay, they will be deporting Black as we stay because we are white. And now you are seeing something different than what you thought. You are in shock. You are like, what's happening? Yeah, they just used you. As you said, they used you so they can deport you. And now you are running in hard way that Black America, they are more American than you. They fought for civil rights for you to live in America right now. But you're so ungrateful, you don't even value that. They try to warn you before election, like, be careful, don't vote for this guy because he's not for you. He will deport you, he don't care about you. But you guys, you ignore it. I can say whatever happening, especially if you are Latinos who voted for this or Cuban who voted for this, you deserve whatever happening to you because you voted for this. But without forgetting, there's some Latinos who knows better, who understand more, who is smart enough, who didn't vote for this. For those one, I'm so sorry if you're facing any of this because you don't deserve this. You try to protect them, to try to protect everybody, but others, they didn't listen. But trust me, if you voted for this, if you wear a MAGA hat and go out and shout and dance and sing, I swear you deserve what's happening. Because this should happen for you to learn. Because if you've been treating Black people bad, now you know how it feels. Because we just saw the guy who was saying like, oh, now I understand what Black people been saying. Before I thought they're exaggerating, it's drama. Oh, it's drama? Wow, guys. I am saying this is the best FAFO we can see. because we keep seeing black people who live in Florida telling you like we feel totally different. There's some way Latinos or white people, especially Latinos, treat you and you feel like you are not wanted. That's why I say they feel like they own America. They are more American than black people because there's no way you just move to the country. They give you citizenship and everything, and you try to treat people who are from that country like they are nobody. That's really, really ignorant. So, guys, I have comments from the people. Let's hear what the people are saying about this situation. Here we go. The first comment say, as a black person who lived in Florida for 15 years, I can tell you this is no exaggeration. The racism is everywhere. People smile in your face, but deep down they don't want you there. I left because I couldn't raise my kids in that environment. The second one is say, I'm Hispanic and I thought Florida was going to be better than where I come from, but I quickly realized it's not safe here either. People don't like us, they don't trust us. Now I regret moving there. It's like you can never escape discrimination. I think this Latino is saying this because it's happening to them right now, but before they were enjoying and doing it to black people. Don't forget that. The third one say Florida has been going downhill for years. The laws they pass target minorities, and the culture just feed the racism. People think it's just black folks complaining, but now even Hispanic are seeing it for themselves. It's sad, but it's true. The fourth one say, what's crazy is that people outside of Florida had no idea how bad it really is. They see Disney Beach, sunset, sunshine, sorry, but for minority, it's stress, anxiety, and fear. It's not paradise, it's nightmare for many of us. The last one say, until people admit racism is alive in Florida, nothing will change that. It's not just individual, it's the whole system that's designed to keep minorities down. We are tired of being treated like outsider in the place we call home. So, guys, if you live in Florida or you have any story from Florida, if you know anything maybe different, please educate us because at the end of the day, we we would like to know more about the situation. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next one. Bye.